Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Halo Effect. As usual, I am your host, Robert Lockhart. Hey, it sucks in baseball, huh? I know it's been a while since I put one of these up, but I think everyone can understand life happens, you know. So, with that said, let's get into it. It seems as if the Angels have improved a little bit. Certain people are kind of coming on offensively. I know Neto's taking over the number 2 spot in the lineup. He's done really well. He's kind of ran with it. Shanuel's back to the leadoff spot. I'm not saying he's doing poorly, because he's not. He's actually doing really well. I just don't like him in the leadoff spot. He seems like a run producer to me. But I mean, yeah, that's me. Until things can really kind of get evened out, being in the leadoff spot, I guess works for him. Ohapi's still doing really well. It seems like Moniak's starting to swing the bat better. Adele seems to be, again, swinging the bat better. Who knows? At this point in time, I still don't think they're doing enough, especially after tonight's game against Washington. They were 1 for 13 with runners in scoring position. Guys, no. You're not going to go anywhere by not hitting your runners in. That's not going to do you any good, especially with Trout out the rest of the season. I'm sure you all know he had another tear in his left meniscus, and he had to have resurgery again on the same knee, ironically, on his 33rd birthday. Boy, that's going to suck. So he's out the rest of the year. Nazian came out. He was exaggerating quite a bit. I see 70 home runs out of him next year because he's that determined. I don't think he's going to do 70 home runs, but I know he's determined. He's definitely going to have his game face on for next year for sure. But again, another injury-riddled season by our megastar outfielder, and that's not going to do us any good. That's not really going to help, especially if the young guys are not coming on as they should. It's really not. It's not going to take them anywhere. They may win a few games here and there. They've won back-to-back series, for the first time in a while, since like June, I think, against the Mets and the Yankees. Taking 2 out of 3 from the Yanks in New York. Think about that one. That's actually pretty good. So, who knows? Maybe they turn it on by the end of the season and maybe they do finish third. Maybe they do finish in third place. Maybe they finish in fourth, because I still don't think they're going to overtake the Rangers. Astros are looking like the Astros again, and the Mariners have really kind of come on as of late. Mainly with their pitching, their offense is still very much struggling. I still think Scott Service is a good manager for them. I just think they need a better hitting coach. I don't know what happened to Martinez. That dude was a great hitting coach. I don't know why he's not there anymore. But it is what it is, and replacing their hitting coach may very well be their top priority at this point. So, with that said, I'm basically just gonna see if I can highlight a few things here. Like I said, Moniak's kind of come on as of late. From what I've seen, it looks like he's kind of gone toward left field a little bit here and there. Not a lot. He's still pulling the ball most of the time. But if he can continue to go toward left field, like I said, the sky's the limit. Eventually, he's going to start getting hits out that way. Eventually, he's going to start, bringing pitchers into his stroke zone, and he's going to be doing a lot better. He'll be that 280, 295, maybe 300 guy. He'll be that superstar that everyone was hoping for when he was drafted number 1 overall. That would be great. Adele, I still believe at Adele's best, he's going to be a 265 hitter. He's not really going to hit for a lot of average. He's definitely going to hit for a ton of power. But hit for average, I don't think so. I don't see it out of him. I just don't. He's come a long way as a good fielder. That's a good thing. So, we can, someone can look forward to that. Whether it's with the Angels or whether it's with a different team, I don't know. I still think he's decent trade bait. I think he's shown enough to add value to himself, to garner something in return, especially if you pair him with somebody else that is already high in value. You get something really good back. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't give up on Taylor Ward. I don't trade him only because he's a proven commodity. I think he plays left field for the Angels for a while to come. I think 8 years, 80 mil total, 10 mil a year for 8 years. I think that's reasonable. I mean, he's already making like what, 4.5? I think 4.5 is his salary. 4.5 mil. A nice bump showing that, hey, you're a great backup guy. 10 mil, you're worth 10 mil a year at least. Or it could be 10 years, 80 million, and he plays for 8 mil a year. It's still a bump in pay, still showing, hey, we respect you and we'd like to keep you around for a while. And it'd be, that'd be good. If he starts to dwindle, then, we can trade him after that. Then Moniak, I prefer in right. I prefer seeing him in right field because, I mean, let's face it, Trout's going to be in center field still. I don't disparage Joe Adell really right now because he actually is hitting really well. It's just Moniak's a lefty bat. He's the lefty bat that we need to help balance out a very right-handed heavy lineup, and having some lefty bats in there would really help. Really balances things out. Shineywell is another lefty bat. But I mean, you talk about 2 out of 9. That you really need a little bit more than that. So, like I said, Adele's been doing much better, and I will give credit where credit is due. I don't see him being a superstar, but I do see him being productive, maybe. And with a different team, a change of scenery, maybe he picks it up a little bit more. I still don't see him being more than 265 hitter. That's about it. I really see him just being there. That right about there, maybe 25 to 30 bombs, and that's about where he's going to lie. Some decent defense, nothing spectacular. So personally, I think that's just where things are going to be right now. Once again, let's see what they do. They lost 2 out of 3 to Oakland after the All-Star. Yeah. Then they swept Seattle. That was really cool. What did I tell you? They lost 2 out of 3 to Oakland, but they're going to Seattle. They did really well before the All-Star break there. Hey, they swept them in Seattle. That was nice. Then they come home against Oakland, lose 3 out of 4. Then they lose 2 out of 3 to Colorado. That didn't help them much. I mean, Colorado's a worse team than they are. Yeah, you can't lose games like that. You can't lose series like that. But then they took 2 out of 3 from the Mets and took 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. Not the most auspicious start to their series in Washington, but it's just one game. So let's see what they do the rest of the weekend. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Like I said, the Angels are basically doing a lot better, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they can do for the rest of the season, especially after the draft and the trade deadline. It was kind of interesting. Little disappointing at the trade deadline, that's for sure, but I'll touch on that later. Until then, guys, go Halos.